What's up, everybody? You're watching Poot's Garage. Sorry, was that too aggressive? So it's just another weekend out here at Poot's Garage, so we got a bunch of random things going on, so let's get to it. New day, new problem. There's always something going on around here. So ever since I bought this Jeep and started driving that, this truck is neglected. It doesn't get driven anymore. This is a 2017 Ram 3500 Cummins, high output Cummins with the Eisen transmission. Yeah, it's got all the good stuff, but I don't drive it anymore, and the batteries seem to die after about 2 weeks. I did notice they seem like they might have been getting a little weak, so being 7 years old, the batteries are probably bad. They need to be replaced. So anyways, can't tell. I pulled them out, both of them. We're gonna charge them up, give them a good test, and see if they're actually good or not. Here they are. We got the old batteries, labeled them passenger, driver. I don't know, doesn't really matter if they get mixed up, because I believe they're the same exact battery, hopefully. Yep, same part number. So I don't know, we're just gonna charge them up, and I got a little tester I bought off Amazon, so we're gonna try that out finally. We got the old trusty diehard out here. It's charging. They are dead. Let me think for a second. I think this battery charger is probably 25 years old now. Jeez. Wow, I can't believe it's that old. I got this when I used to work at Sears Auto Center. It was like my first automotive job. Worked at a tire shop, did all sorts of stuff there. Learned a ton. It was a great place to work, especially right out of high school. And people used to buy these chargers all the time and return them saying they didn't work. And I don't know if they actually didn't work or if they just returned them because you know, they charged their battery and then got their money back. I don't know. But anyways, they were always throwing these things out, so I ended up with this one, and I got a little tiny one. And I've never had a problem with them. They've always worked, so they seem to work pretty good. I would like a big one though, something that has more of a jump start mode, because this one only has the 75 amp jump start. It'd be nice to have like the big 200 amp. All right, we got the little one out too. Looks just like the big one, just a little version. This one only does 1.5 amps, so it's real slow. I kind of use it more as a maintainer almost, but yeah, we got the matching chargers out. Sweet. And we're done charging. We charge these things for a week straight. Now, I've already tested them a couple times and they're coming out good, but I let them set overnight just to make sure they didn't have a you know, a little surface charge on it that's, you know, throwing things off. But I'm gonna charge it again today, and if it's all good, we're gonna throw these batteries back in. This is actually a brand new battery charger. I bought this probably off Amazon. It's the Solar brand. They're not too expensive, but I kind of bought them as these batteries were dying, so specifically for these pretty much. It's actually a pretty easy to use little guy. So like I said, batteries have been charged. We're still holding voltage. It has dropped probably about 1/10 of a volt here overnight, and basically we're on battery, SLI, which is says on the back here, conventional flooded battery. CCA is what we're testing. These are 730 CCA batteries. It saved the last one I did, and now it's testing just like that. Comes out as okay. We got 734 CCA, so that's pretty much the same as what I've gotten on both these batteries. The other one's actually getting a little bit more, like 770 CCA, which is above what it's rated for, so sounds good to me. Everything's testing out good. They charged fine, so we're just gonna throw them back in. But I really like this little charger. It's easy to use. Hopefully it's accurate, and I guess time will tell as we use it here and there on good batteries and bad batteries to figure it out. I got that taken care of. Both batteries are charged, they're tested, they're coming out good. I'm honestly surprised that they are that good. I was really expecting to find one that was just like, you know, halfway and almost dead or something. No, it seems like they're still good, so we're gonna keep plugging away, which is awesome because I don't want to have to buy 2 new batteries for that thing. That's probably really expensive. So hopefully they got another year or 2 in them. We'll see. On to the next thing. Before I forget, let's get to the map. One thing we are missing on that map still is Hawaii. That's the 50th state that we have not gotten yet. So So if you're watching for Hawaii and you want to represent the islands, I will put a pin up there. So real quick, what we do is you comment where you're watching from. I'll put a red pin on the map and let's get to it. First up is Pekin, Illinois, then Warrensburg, New York, Meridell, Maryland, Black River Falls, Wisconsin, Fairfield, Connecticut, North Pole, Alaska, the Cayman Islands, Moses Lake, Washington, Piketon, Ohio, New Carlisle, Indiana, more specifically Hudson Lake, Mountain Home, Idaho, Fernley, Nevada, Denver, North Carolina, Reno, Nevada, the whole state of Connecticut, Peace River, Alberta, Canada, Nova Scotia, Canada, Stringer, Mississippi, Vernal, Utah, and last is Yorktown, Virginia. Next up, we got something kind of special I gotta hang up on the wall in the shop here. So my good friend Justin made me an awesome sign, and I got a little story to go along with this. So first I gotta make a little room. I think I'm gonna finally get rid of this old calendar here. It's quite a few years old, and I've flipped through it a few times over the years, so I think we'll finally toss this one. We gotta put this bad boy up right around here. Now first of all, if you're interested in getting something like this done yourself, I can try and put some contact information for my buddy Justin O'Connor to help make you something like this. But here's the story. So a long time ago, back in like, I think it was September or August, I think, Justin sent me a message saying asking if I had received anything in the mail. And I was like, no, haven't received anything. Didn't know you sent me anything. And so I really had no idea what it was. And I think he might have sent me something at one point, you know, like what to expect. But it happened so long ago, I don't remember, and I never received it. And so it kind of turned into a deal where it got lost in the mail. And I was like bummed out. I was like, darn, because Justin sends me cool things. He's the one that made that pooter sign up there for me also, as well as a metal sign for Axel when he passed away. So that was pretty cool. So fast forward to, I forget when it was, probably about a month ago. All of a sudden I get something in the mail and I'm like, what is this? I didn't order anything. And you know, I came home from work and I had this weird long flat package that just looked like hell, you know, sitting on my front porch. And I was like, what the hell is this thing? And all the information on the front was kind of like, I didn't know what it was. And so I started opening it and I pulled that sign out of there and it was like, holy crap. And I realized it was Justin's name on the address and everything. And it was like, I was just in shock. I was like, what the hell? This thing's been lost in mail for, I don't know what we figured, 5 months or something like that, 4, 5, 6 months. And all of a sudden it shows up and it had some weird tags on there about it getting lost or something. So yeah, I was kind of surprised that it actually showed up. The package looked like crap because it'd probably been around the world or something stupid, but it was actually in really good shape. I think there's like one little piece of paint that kind of wore off the corner where it kind of worn through the cardboard or something. But anyways, we finally got it. We thought it was a total loss, but hey, it showed up, so that was really cool. And back to work. So I need to make a point where every weekend that I'm working on cars and trucks and stuff like this in the garage, I need to make it a point to at least get something done around the house, you know, because I kind of let the house slip and the maintenance and different things that go along out here. Alright, that's enough adult responsibilities for the day. Next! All right, we gotta work on this truck. We gotta do something to this thing because it's been sitting way too long. So the last thing we did was the lights on the front, which was cool. It's something we needed to do, but it's not like a priority of mine. But there's a few things that I want to kind of button up on this. So I've got 100 feet of 1/2-inch PEX tubing and a square body whose doors don't close. Damn it, it closed. And a square body whose doors don't close. Now the main reason these doors don't close is because these door hinges, pins, bushings, whatever these ones have, are worn out. I know the OBS trucks, they have pins and bushings that I used to replace at the dealership that would fix that. I haven't really looked into the square bodies to see, but there is a fix for this. But before I do that, I want to mount this aluminum box at the bed. Tripping over things. So we did a review on this box from Vivor. Nice little product, decent product. Not the best, but it's serviceable. But I still haven't mounted it down. So all I need to do is drill 4 holes, put 4 nuts and bolts through it and get that down. So I want to take care of that like right now. That box has been kind of sliding around in that bed for a little while now. I've taken this thing to some truck meets and I might have dropped the clutch and really roasted those 40-inch tires pulling out of the meat one time. And this truck does kind of gets down. When it's running right and that FI Tech tune is working, she runs pretty good. You know, it's a big block 454, just pretty much a wide open exhaust. It's loud, I'll give you that, but it was spinning those 40s. So let's get this box mounted down before I do that again. So I mentioned a long time ago, I'm gonna mount this box in the very back of the bed like this, just so I have easy access to opening it. That way, whatever recovery gear or I don't know, anything else that I want to keep secure is locked up in that. It's at the back of the bed, easy to get to. Now, this truck isn't a work truck anymore, so we do have lots of access to like full length here. If we need to, I can crawl up in there, I can put full length. I can still put a lot of stuff in this bed, right? We got a lot of room to work with. It's 8 feet, so don't think that I'm screwing up this bed usage. And then eventually I'm gonna have a spare tire up in there. God, I gotta find a 40-inch spare tire. Ugh. Maybe try and build something to protect that fuel tank a little bit. But for now, I just want to get this this box mounted down. There. Mounted. Sometimes you just gotta stop procrastinating. I'm horrible at that. Back in the house, we're passing through. I gotta tell you something. One of the most hated things about this house, specifically outside this house, I'm gonna show you right now. So I've been limping for the last 24 hours now because of something that lives outside. Let me put my boots on and show you. So we're just gonna take a quick walk out here, turn around, come back in. It's my backyard. You see that? It's these little bastards right there. So this is called a goat head. These things have gnarly little thorns on them and they're scattered everywhere, and they're kind of designed to where, sorry, I got paint on my finger. No matter which way they lay, they have a thorn. Ow. See, it's stuck on me already. It sticks upward. So for people that don't live, I don't know where these things grow. I'm pretty sure they're just like really dry climates, like Central Valley, California had them. Nevada is covered in them apparently. And so I don't know, maybe East Coast people don't really know about these things, but they suck. And so once they take over your yard, they're just horrible to get rid of. And I kind of let things overgrow last year. But anyways, I ran out back the other day. My neighbor's dog was out front, so I was trying to find the neighbor. I peeked over the back fence to see if maybe they were back there, but nobody was there. But anyways, when I walked back in, apparently I dropped a couple of those on my hardwood floor. And then later that day, when I went to my back door, I stepped on one, and right on my heel, just went all the way in. And some of those thorns are a good 1/4 inch long, and so they go way in there. As soon as I did it, it was just like, ah! You kind of scream almost when you step on one, because they just suck. They're horrible. And so I popped it out real quick, and I've gotten them in my foot before, and it was kind of like, yeah, they suck, but you pop them out, no big deal. But this one, for some reason, it seems like either it got infected right away, or it got something like critical in there that just sucks. So now for the last 24 hours, my whole heel's been kind of swollen and sore, and like I'm actually limping, which really sucks. So hopefully, I don't think the thorn broke off in there, but I'm gonna have to investigate that later if it keeps going on and on and on. But yeah, that's my little public service announcement that goat heads suck. Next, we got 100 feet of PEX tubing. I don't need 100 feet. I need about 2 inches, maybe that much. So this is a little trick that's been floating around on the Squarebody pages and forums for a while. So I'm gonna try it out and see how it works, because these doors, they don't close easily, right? You really gotta slam it. The doors don't close, and this is actually a trick that a lot of people have discovered that seems to work, so we're gonna try it out. So it's super simple. Literally all you're doing is this little 1/2 inch section in between here on the door striker. We're just gonna cut a piece of PEX and put it over that, and that's supposed to make the door close 100 times better. So we're gonna try it and see what happens. Now obviously I didn't need 100 feet of tubing for this. I probably could have sourced some local, maybe like find a person in town that could spare a few inches, but it's probably gonna be red or blue, which I really didn't want. And so, I mean, we'll put some white ones on here that shouldn't be as obnoxious. And I don't know, having a bunch of extra PEX tubing around might come in handy later. I know, like I wanted to plumb air around the shop and stuff like that, and I think you can use PEX for that, but I'm not positive. But anyways, we have extra PEX tubing just in case. So basically, I'm just gonna measure out how much we need, which is, about 3/4 of an inch. I don't even have to unwrap this thing. This is just too easy. Just cut off what we need. 3/4 inch. And then the only thing special we have to do is we have to cut it long ways, just one slit so that we can slide it over. Just like that. Kind of split it open, figure out how to get this thing up and over it. All right, let's see what happens. Really? Okay, it works. The button seems a little harder to push, but it's working. Like I'm barely closing that. All right, that trick does work. Serious? Okay. Should have done this like 8 years ago. Let's do the other side. We installed it on this side. Let's see how the driver's side works. This is the worn out bushing side. Seriously? Yes! Dude, that trick works so good. Look at that. I don't have to slam it no more. Okay, that was just a little too light, but it's just like, that's normal. That's just like a normal door close. It's just like, you don't have to like slam it anymore. Yes! That works way too good. So that alone was worth the 30 bucks, whatever I paid for this big old roll. And now I get extra material for whatever, or I could even sell it local if I wanted to. That's crazy. The next thing I want to work on this Chevy truck is, because I have absolutely no rear bumper, I could probably mount up the stock bumper I had, but it's not really it's nothing to really write home to mom about. It's nothing crazy. It has got some pretty heavy duty brackets on it, but I don't like it. It hangs too low and whatever, so we're not gonna use it. So I don't even wanna put it back on. But I need something in the meantime until I buy a tube bender and start making bumpers and roll cages and rock sliders and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try and do something kind of temporary for now. So a long time ago when I first started this project, like, Jesus, what was that? Year and a half, 2 years ago? Has it been that long? I pulled off the stock bumper. I pulled off this this factory hitch, not factory, it's an aftermarket hitch of sorts. I pulled all that stuff off, right? And you know, I could probably sell this for something, yeah, whatever. We're gonna cut it up. We're gonna use it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the center section out that we need. And what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna make it fit between the frame rails so that instead of it hanging super far down low because of these drop brackets and everything below the frame, I think I'm gonna take that tube and I'm gonna put it right between the frame rails, and then we'll have to figure out a bracket system so that I can just bolt it in. I don't want to weld it in, so we'll bolt it all in for now, and then that'll give me some sort of an actual like recovery point, you know, for when I start taking this thing out and playing with it. I got to figure out how to get unstuck if I get it stuck. So that's the plan. We're gonna use this old Draw-Tite thing. It's super heavy duty, it's super heavy metal. I got a lot of extra brackets and stuff that I can cut up and hopefully weld on, and you know, hopefully we can make something work without having to actually buy anything. And as far as like front recovery points, I really don't have anything at this point. I got to figure something out, maybe figure out how to get a couple of tow hooks or something up there, because the factory bumper ain't gonna do much and I don't really have anywhere to hook up a line or anything for now. So I just want something temporary for now. So I spent some time with the grinder and we kind of got this thing cleaned up, and just taking it out between the brackets, it fits pretty tight between the frame rails now, but not quite tight enough. But you can kind of see what I'm going for. I think we're gonna bolt this thing in just like that. Now remember, this is temporary. We're gonna build some brackets on the sides and whatnot to make it strong, but I actually like how much it sticks out. It's gonna go another, I don't know, like ½ inch inward, I think. But I think it's gonna work out all right. So we'll basically be cutting these out. We'll reuse this section here also, and we'll cut this out, flip them around, and then they'll bolt in just to the end section of the frame, and I think it's gonna work out just perfect. And once we get those brackets made, we'll have to trim the ends of this pipe just a hair in to make it all fit, but I think it's gonna work. And then ideally, looking at it, this might actually work also for when I build bumpers. I can actually build the bumper to this, so I think it's gonna work out perfect. And that's as far as we're gonna get this weekend. I gotta start editing up some of this video. I did order some expensive parts for this again. I ordered up hydraulic bump stops. So if you guys are still watching, make sure you give me a like, comment, and subscribe, because we got some more heavy work to do on this thing coming up in the future. So I will talk to you guys later.